Next question is from initials TM from Ontario, Canada. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. My local masjid doesn't have a women's section. Instead, they have a room that's outside of the masjid where they have loudspeakers so the woman can follow the imam. Is the prayer valid since the woman cannot see the imam and nor are they in the same building?
Question from Ontario with regards to a masjid that doesn't have a women's prayer area. And there's a small building or shed or something like this, a room for sisters that's outside of the building of the masjid. Is the prayer valid if she prays with the imam? She cannot see the imam, she can hear the imam, etc. As we said before, many of these problems and these fiqh issues come from us going against the simplicity of the sunnah. Many fiqh issues, and we have to wiggle and twist and warp and bend on Hajj, comes, mizan, from us not following the sunnah. How did the Prophet ﷺ have the women in his masjid? Was there a partition? Was there a border? Was there a wall? Or were they in the same building, the same room? They could see each other. Now one is going to say, well, it's times of fitna. People are perverted. People are sick. Men will look at the women. Women will look at the men. Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Tayyib. Sounds good. But once you open up the door of new time, new age, new need, you're finished. You're done. Well, the messenger did like this. Well, we have to do something else now. The messenger of Allah says we have to do more. We have to do less. It's 2017. Once you open up that door, halas, curtains. You start leaving off the sunnah, you start falling to bid'ah and mukhalafah, and you start making up your own ideology, your own way of thinking, instead of how Muhammad ﷺ did it. Easy and simple. So that's general advice. The Prophet ﷺ had the women in his musalla. The Prophet ﷺ was most pious, was most God-fearing, he was most wise. He was most jealous upon Allah's hudud. And yet still the women were behind him. Now, when the women are not behind the men, there are all types of things that take place. Such as, is it permissible to follow the imam and you cannot see the imam? And the fuqaha, they differ on that issue. Such as what happens when the electricity goes out. Such as straightening the rows. Such as filling up the rows. Such as the ignorance, the innovation, the acts of disobedience that take place when the sisters are not in contact with the brothers. And it's a reality. And it doesn't mean that men don't make sins and men don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that women don't have knowledge, but we know in the time in which we live, only a few brothers seek ilm. The time in which we live, only a few sisters seek ilm. There's no doubt about that. So all of these different problems, they ensue when we go against the sunnah of the Nabi al-Kareem alayhi salatu wasalam. Everybody clear on this? That's in general. As far as the specific question, then it depends on where the room is. Does something separate you and the musalla? Is it a street? Is it a walkway? Is it a wall? Do they have the ability to remove the wall, the walkway, or the street? It depends. The general rule is that if the room is relatively close by and it isn't a huge gap, a huge piece of land separating the two, then the general rule is that she can follow the imam through the voice of the imam, through the speaker. It will also be easier, wallahu alam, if they put on a TV screen, a television screen, in which she could see the imam as well. Okay? That's in general. Wallahu alam.